Hey everyone, before we dive in, here's something really cool. You're listening to an episode created almost entirely by AI. From the script to the voice, this is part of the AI Takeover series by Blockchain DXB, where we explore what's possible when humans hand over the mic to machines. There's little to no human involvement, and that's what makes this episode so powerful. Welcome to the future of content creation. Let's get into it. This episode is powered by Amana, the region's first and fastest-growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. Whether you're looking to invest in U.S. stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like Adinoc or Salik, Amana puts the financial market at your fingertips. You also get access to gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, and commodities. With over 375 assets to choose from, they've got the largest crypto selection in the region. And listen, guys, if you want to build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day and want to automate your investing, just set your monthly budget, choose your preferred categories, and let Amana do the rest. No fees, no lockups, and 100% customizable. Even better, funding your account is frictionless, and funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even your crypto wallet. No friction, no hassle. And if you get stuck, Amana offers 24/6 real human customer support and personalized sales assistance. Because you're part of the Blockchain DXB community, you get an exclusive offer. Register with the code BlockchainDXB and make at least one trade to receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So what are you waiting for? Download the Amana app now. The link and code are in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB is proud to be the official media partner for one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, the Blockchain Futurist Conference. For the first time ever, North America's leading crypto event is heading to the United States, taking place at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Alongside it is ETH Women, happening simultaneously. Expect multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, tech demos, metaverse experiences, and more, all under one roof. It's where the smartest minds in blockchain, crypto, and AI will converge. Get 25% off tickets by using the code DXB25. And yes, I'll be there with exclusive live coverage, behind-the-scenes interviews, and spotlight features on groundbreaking projects. Mark your calendars, November 5th and 6th, 2025. Visit futuristconference.com and use code DXB25. Link is in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB has two more interesting partnership news to announce. First up, with Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. Blockchain DXB is an official media partner of Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. Future Blockchain Summit is one of the biggest and oldest blockchain summit taking place in Dubai, going back to almost a decade, 2017 to be precise. The event takes place between October 12th to 15th at Dubai Harbour. This is where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. 250 plus world-class speakers, 1,200 plus investors, live demos, product launches, and the exclusive invite-only GITEX Digital Assets Forum, all under one roof. From Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI, and DeFi, this event brings the entire ecosystem together. Startups, this is your launchpad. Get in front of top VCs, accelerators, and industry leaders. For blockchain and fintech companies, this is where connections turn into partnerships and dreams turn into exits. Register today at futureblockchainsummit.com. Don't just watch the future unfold, own your space in it. Remember, Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Surge 2025. The registration link is in the show notes below, and see you at Dubai Harbour. Second partnership news kicking off from today is with the leading Bitcoin event organizers on this planet. And this year, Bitcoin Asia is taking things to another level. Bitcoin Asia are hosting a massive gathering this August in Hong Kong, and Blockchain DXB is proud to be an official media partner of Bitcoin Asia 2025. Taking place this August in Hong Kong, Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering, where builders, investors, and innovators meet. It's really an honor for blockchain DXB to be associated with Bitcoin Asia. Now at this event, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. He will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential, its role in global finance, and Asia's massive impact on adoption, and a lot more. So listen up, guys. From infrastructure to regulation, privacy tools to lightning development, Bitcoin Asia connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets. And as part of this partnership, you can register for the Bitcoin Asia using the code DXB. All the detail are in the show notes below. If Bitcoin's in your blood, this is your event. So, register today at asia.btc and don't forget to use code DXB for 10% off your tickets. Bitcoin Asia 2025, Hong Kong is calling. Be part of the future of Bitcoin. Next up, Advanced Media is the largest distributor of professional video, photography, cinema, and broadcast accessories in the Middle East. They represent over 100 major brands, including DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. The mic I'm using to record this? Sponsored by Advanced Media. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to purpose. People, planet, and prosperity. That's not just branding, it's their actual business model. They've partnered with SAE Institute in Dubai to offer scholarships to students pursuing a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, each worth AED 50,000. They also run regular workshops, training programs, and tech showcases across the region. For more info, visit amt.t, that's amt.tv. Finally, let's talk about something every crypto investor should take seriously: security. And that's where Ledger comes in. Ledger is one of the most trusted names in crypto security. Their hardware wallets, like the Nano S Plus and Nano X, keep your assets safe by storing your private keys offline. That means you're protected against hacks, malware, and phishing attempts that can compromise online wallets. The company is headquartered in Paris and is constantly innovating. Their team works with world-class security researchers and regularly tests their own products for vulnerabilities. It's why Ledger wallets are used by millions around the world. Using a hardware wallet isn't just smart, it's essential. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to stop relying on centralized exchanges or browser wallets. Click the link in the show notes to order your Ledger wallet and support this podcast at the same time.
Welcome to your personalized deep dive into the crypto world.
Sounds exciting.
This week's stack of sources is a real roller coaster. We've got massive hacks, regulatory shifts, and even some geopolitical whispers that might make you raise an eyebrow.
Ooh, I like a good conspiracy.
Ready to connect the dots and uncover the bigger picture.
Let's do it.
It's amazing how these seemingly isolated events can actually be woven together into a much larger tapestry.
It's all connected.
All right, let's jump right into the deep end with the Bybit hack.
Okay.
A whopping $1.5 billion heist. That sent shockwaves through the crypto community.
Wow.
What really struck me here is that it wasn't just any hack. It targeted their cold wallet, which you always hear is supposed to be the Fort Knox of crypto storage.
Right. It's supposed to be the most secure way to hold crypto.
So this begs the question, if cold wallets aren't as impenetrable as we thought, where does that leave us?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This situation really exposes a core tension in the crypto world, this constant tug-of-war between security and decentralization. It's like trying to build an unbreakable safe that anyone can open.
Okay, but before we get too philosophical, let's back up a bit. The sources mention this online detective, Zach XBT, who managed to trace the stolen funds back to the Lazarus Group, a North Korean hacking outfit.
Ah, yes.
How does someone even do that? It's like digital forensics on steroids.
Right. Zach XBT is part of a growing community of blockchain sleuths who are becoming increasingly vital in a space that often lacks traditional oversight.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Their work in uncovering illicit activity like this is absolutely crucial.
So Bybit's CEO, Ben Zhu, has been scrambling to contain the fallout. He secured loans to cover user losses, launched a bug bounty program, and even created a website to track the recovery of the funds in real time.
I saw that.
Curious, do you think these actions, while admirable, let Bybit off the hook for the security breach in the first place?
It's a fascinating question. On the one hand, Zoo's proactive response is commendable. Very few CEOs would go to such lengths to protect their users. But on the other hand, it doesn't erase the fact that a major security breach occurred. It raises the question of where responsibility ultimately lies in a decentralized system.
It's a tough one. And
Yeah.
then there's the whole rollback debate. Zoo actually suggested rolling back the entire Ethereum blockchain to erase the hack.
I read about that.
Isn't that a bit like wishing you could unsend that embarrassing email?
The consequences of such a move would be monumental. Think about it. The Ethereum blockchain is used for so much more than just trading crypto. It's the foundation for countless decentralized applications and smart contracts.
Wow, yeah.
Rolling it back would not only rewrite history, but also potentially disrupt a vast ecosystem built upon the principle of immutability.
I see what you mean. It's like trying to fix a crack in the foundation of a skyscraper by demolishing the entire building.
Exactly. The allure of a quick fix is tempting. But the long-term implications for trust and decentralization could be devastating. And honestly, it's technically very challenging, almost bordering on impossible, to actually execute a rollback on a blockchain like Ethereum.
Yeah, that makes sense. So while exchanges are clearly in the crosshairs, these sources also highlighted that individual developers are becoming targets too.
Absolutely. This Get Venom campaign is particularly insidious because it preys on the trust that developers place in platforms like GitHub.
Right, I've heard about that. For those not familiar with GitVenom, could you break down how it actually works and why it's so dangerous?
Essentially, attackers create fake repositories that look almost identical to legitimate projects. They might even copy code from real projects to make them seem more convincing to suspected developers, then download this malicious code, thinking they're getting a helpful tool or library. What they don't realize is that hidden within the code is malware, designed to steal their cryptocurrency.
So it's like a Trojan horse, sneaking into your computer disguised as something useful.
Exactly.
That's terrifying, especially for developers who handle large amounts of crypto.
The scariest part is that GitVenom is designed to be stealthy. It modifies wallet addresses in the background. So when a developer thinks they're sending funds to a client or a partner, they're actually sending it straight to the attackers.
Oh, wow. It's a stark reminder that even the most tech-savvy individuals can fall victim to these kinds of attacks. Vigilance is paramount. Always double-check those URLs. And be skeptical of anything that seems too good to be true.
Couldn't agree more. Speaking of vigilance, let's shift gears to a story that might make you feel a bit more optimistic about the future of crypto, especially when it comes to its use in mainstream finance.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What have you got?
Well, it seems that Circle, the company behind the USDC stablecoin, just received a major regulatory nod in Dubai.
Interesting.
The Dubai International Financial Center, DIFC, has granted recognition to USDC, paving the way for companies within the DIFC to use it for international settlement.
Wait, so does this mean we could see USDC becoming a widely accepted form of payment, like globally?
It's certainly a step in that direction. And it's not just the DIFC. The Dubai Financial Services Authority, DFSA, has also approved USDC, along with its Euro counterpart, EURC, potentially expanding its use beyond the DIFC.
Wow. Okay.
This kind of regulatory clarity is crucial for wider adoption, particularly in regions where governments have been hesitant about cryptocurrencies.
I can see why this is good news for Circle and stablecoins in general, but what does this mean for the average person? Is this something I should even care about?
That's a great question. And it gets to the heart of why stablecoins are so interesting. They offer the potential to bridge the gap between the traditional financial world and the crypto world.
Okay.
Imagine a future where you can seamlessly use your crypto to buy groceries, book flights, or even pay your rent, all without worrying about the volatility of Bitcoin or Ethereum.
So stablecoins could be the key to making crypto more accessible and user-friendly for everyday transactions.
Precisely. And with major players like Visa exploring the use of USDC for settlements on their network, the potential for mainstream adoption is becoming more tangible by the day.
This really does feel like a turning point. We're seeing stablecoins gain traction, regulatory barriers starting to crumble, and even whispers of wider adoption by major financial institutions.
It's definitely a dynamic landscape. And while there are still plenty of challenges ahead, it's hard not to feel a sense of optimism about the future of crypto. especially when you see developments like this.
For sure. Speaking of challenges, let's not forget the ongoing regulatory tug-of-war happening in the U.S. We've got a stack of sources here covering recent SEC cases against major crypto companies like OpenSea, Robinhood, and Uniswap.
Yes, a lot going on there.
What I found interesting is that many of these cases have been either closed or dismissed. Does this signal a shift in the SEC's stance towards the crypto industry?
It's certainly possible. There's been a lot of speculation that the new administration might take a more favorable approach to regulating crypto. And the fact that these high-profile cases haven't resulted in major crackdowns could be an early indication of that shift.
Let's hope so. Another interesting tidbit from the sources is the potential approval of several crypto ETFs. We're talking about ETFs for everything from Polkadot and Solana to even Dogecoin. I mean, Dogecoin, really?
Well, Dogecoin might be a meme to some, but it has a massive and dedicated community. And from a purely financial perspective, there's clearly demand for a Dogecoin ETF.
You're not wrong. Okay, so let's break this down for our listener. What's an ETF? And why is everyone making such a big deal about them?
An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is basically a basket of assets that you can buy and sell on a stock exchange. So instead of having to buy individual cryptocurrencies, you can buy an ETF. That tracks the performance of a specific crypto index or a group of cryptos.
So for someone who's new to crypto, ETFs could be a simpler way to dip their toes in the water without having to navigate the complexities of buying and storing individual coins.
Exactly. ETFs offer several potential benefits. They're generally more accessible, they provide diversification, and they can be traded on regulated exchanges, which offers a level of comfort and security for some investors.
I can see that. But the sources also mention some skepticism about ETFs. Even Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a prominent Bitcoin advocate, has voiced concerns.
Yeah, I know. The concerns primarily revolve around potential market manipulation and centralization. Some argue that ETFs could give large institutions too much control over the crypto market, potentially distorting prices and undermining the decentralized ethos of cryptocurrencies.
That's an interesting point. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. ETFs could bring more legitimacy and accessibility to the crypto space, but they also come with potential risks that we need to be mindful of.
Absolutely. It's a balancing act.
It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Will ETFs ultimately empower individual investors? Or will they simply pave the way for Wall Street to take control of the crypto market?
That's a question worth pondering. It seems like we're witnessing a real power struggle, with traditional finance vying for control over this new and disruptive technology.
For sure.
It's a fascinating dynamic, and it highlights the broader geopolitical implications of cryptocurrency. Nation-states are waking up to the strategic importance of this technology, and we can expect to see more and more attempts to regulate, control, or even weaponize it.
Now that you mentioned geopolitics, this brings us back to the Bybit hack and those whispers about U.S. aid funding being used for covert operations against Binance. Can you unpack this for us? It sounds a bit like something out of a spy thriller.
It does, doesn't it? There's a lot of speculation swirling around this lawsuit in Nigeria, where Binance is facing an $81.5 billion claim.
Right.
Some believe that U.S. aid funds, intended for international development, might actually be funneling support to this lawsuit as part of a broader strategy to undermine Binance.
Hold on. Are we saying that the U.S. government might be using aid money to target a crypto company? That's a pretty serious allegation.
It is, and it's important to emphasize that this is still largely in the realm of speculation. There's no concrete evidence to prove these claims, but the fact that they're circulating at all speaks to the growing anxieties about the role of nation-states in the crypto space.
I can see how this would raise eyebrows. It certainly adds another layer of complexity to the already convoluted world of crypto regulation.
Absolutely.
So where does this leave us? Are we headed towards a future where crypto becomes just another tool for governments to exert control and influence? Or can it still fulfill its promise of financial freedom and empowerment?
That's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? And it's a question that we'll continue to explore as we delve deeper into your stack of sources.
Okay, that's good. It's definitely a lot to unpack. These geopolitical implications are fascinating, but honestly a little unsettling too. Makes you wonder where all this is headed.
It's like we're witnessing a paradigm shift in real time. And it's not just on the geopolitical stage. Remember that new decentralized exchange, Fluid from your source material? The one that's mysteriously rocketed into the top 5 by trading volume?
Right.
That speaks volumes about the pace of innovation in the decentralized finance or DeFi space.
Right, Fluid. It's a bit of an enigma. There's not a ton of info out there about the team behind it or how it works.
Yeah, true.
Kind of reminds me of the early days of Bitcoin, shrouded in mystery.
Right. That anonymity is part of the appeal for many DeFi enthusiasts. It embodies the very essence of decentralization, a financial system that operates outside the control of traditional institutions.
Okay, DeFi. I'm still wrapping my head around this. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay. Imagine a world where you can borrow, lend, trade, and even earn interest on your crypto without ever needing a bank or a broker.
Interesting.
That's essentially what DeFi is aiming for. It's about creating financial tools and services that are open, transparent, and accessible to anyone with an internet connection.
So it's like taking the power back from Wall Street and putting it into the hands of the people.
That's the idea. DeFi is built on blockchain technology and smart contracts, which automatically execute agreements without the need for intermediaries.
Sounds promising. But is it actually working? Are people really using these DeFi platforms?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So DeFi space is exploding. We're seeing billions of dollars flowing through decentralized exchanges, lending platforms, and even stablecoin protocols.
So this fluid exchange is a perfect example, right?
Exactly.
Seemingly out of nowhere, it's become a major player in the DeFi landscape.
It's a testament to the power of open source development and community-driven innovation. Anyone with a good idea and the technical skills can create and launch a DeFi project. There are no gatekeepers, no barriers to entry.
It's like the Wild West of finance, but with code instead of cowboys.
In a way, yes. And that's what makes it so exciting and also a bit daunting. It's a fast-paced and constantly evolving space, which can be both exhilarating and overwhelming.
I bet. That makes sense. All this talk of innovation and disruption is definitely inspiring. But let's not forget the human element here. We were talking about those Git Venom attacks earlier. It's a reminder that this space can be dangerous if you're not careful.
You're absolutely right. Security is absolutely paramount, especially as the crypto ecosystem attracts more users and developers. The more valuable the ecosystem becomes, the more attractive it is to bad actors.
Right. That makes sense. So what can the average person do to protect themselves? Do I need to become a cybersecurity expert just to buy some Bitcoin?
No. Don't worry, you don't need a PhD in cryptography to stay safe in the crypto world. But it's crucial to be aware of the risks and take some basic precautions.
Like what? Give us the need to know.
First and foremost, use strong and unique passwords for all your crypto accounts. I can't stress this enough. Don't reuse passwords that you use for other online services.
Okay, strong and unique passwords. Check. What else?
Enable two-factor authentication wherever possible. This adds an extra layer of security by requiring you to enter a code from your phone or email, in addition to your password.
Got it. Two-factor authentication. Anything else?
Be very wary of phishing scams. Scammers often try to trick you into revealing your passwords or private keys by sending fake emails or messages that look like they're from legitimate companies.
Right, so don't click on any suspicious links, even if they seem to be from a source you trust.
Exactly. And finally, only download software from trusted sources. There are a lot of fake wallets and exchanges out there that are designed to steal your crypto.
This is all great advice, but honestly, it can feel a bit overwhelming sometimes. There's so much to learn and so many potential pitfalls. It makes you wonder if the average person can truly navigate this space safely.
I understand that. It's why education and community support are so crucial. There are tons of great resources available online and offline to help people learn about crypto and how to stay safe.
So much to learn. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Crypto was supposed to be this revolutionary technology that empowers individuals, yet it feels like you need a master's degree in computer science just to use it safely.
There's definitely a learning curve, but it's not as steep as it might seem. And the good news is that the crypto community is incredibly welcoming and supportive. There are tons of forums, groups, and online communities where you can ask questions, get advice, and learn from others' experiences.
Okay, so community is key. Find your tribe. Ask questions, and don't be afraid to admit when you don't know something.
You got it. Crypto can be intimidating at first, but it doesn't have to be a solo journey.
Speaking of journeys, one thing that's been on my mind throughout all this is the ethical side of crypto. We've talked about hacks, regulations, and even geopolitics. But what about the bigger picture? Is crypto ultimately a force for good or evil in the world?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And unfortunately, there's no easy answer. Like any powerful technology, crypto can be used for both good and bad purposes.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like fire. It can warm your home or burn it down, depending on how it's used.
That's a great analogy. On the one hand,
Yeah.
crypto has the potential to revolutionize finance,
Yeah.
empower individuals, and create a more equitable and transparent world. We see this in the rise of DeFi, the use of stablecoins for cross-border remittances, and the creation of new economic opportunities in developing countries.
But on the other hand,
there are legitimate concerns about the potential for crypto to be used for illicit activities, money laundering, and even the funding of terrorism. We can't ignore the dark side of this technology.
True. And let's not forget the environmental impact of crypto mining. Some of your sources mentioned the massive amounts of energy consumed by Bitcoin mining, which has raised concerns about its sustainability.
It's definitely an issue that the crypto community needs to address. Thankfully, there are efforts underway to develop more energy-efficient mining algorithms and explore alternative consensus mechanisms that don't require as much energy.
That's good to hear. So it seems like the jury's still out on whether crypto will ultimately be a net positive or negative for the world.
I think it's too early to say for sure. We're still in the early stages of this technological revolution, and the future of crypto is largely unwritten. It's up to us as individuals and as a society to shape the trajectory of this technology and ensure that it's used for good.
That's a powerful message. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping the future of this technology.
And that brings us back to the importance of staying informed, engaging in critical thinking, and asking tough questions.
Exactly. Don't just blindly accept the hype or the fear-mongering. Do your own research, explore different perspectives, and form your own conclusions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Speaking of exploring different perspectives, there was one more intriguing story from your stack of sources that I wanted to touch on. It involves a meme coin, a former U.S. president, and a legal battle over whether or not it qualified as a security.
Oh, you mean the Trump coin saga? Yeah, that was wild. From meme to potential security, what happened there?
Well, it seems that Trump coin, a cryptocurrency that uses the likeness of former President Trump, found itself at the center of a legal debate. The SEC was investigating whether or not it should be classified as a security, which would have significant implications for its regulation and trading.
I can see why this would raise eyebrows. A meme coin that could potentially be subject to the same regulations as a traditional stock. That's quite a leap.
It highlights the challenges of applying existing financial regulations to this new and rapidly evolving asset class. The SEC ultimately determined that Trump coin did not meet the criteria for a security. But the case set an important precedent for how meme coins and other unconventional cryptocurrencies might be treated in the future.
It also shows how crypto is blurring the lines
Between finance?
technology, and even politics.
Absolutely. And as the crypto ecosystem continues to grow and mature, we can expect to see more of these boundary-pushing cases that challenge our traditional notions of what money is and how it should be regulated.
It's almost like crypto is forcing us to rethink the very foundations of our financial system.
In a way, it is. It's challenging our assumptions about who controls money, how value is created, and what the future of finance might look like.
It's a lot to process, but I have to say it's incredibly exciting to be witnessing this transformation unfold in real time.
It is exciting, and it's just the beginning.
Wow, so we've explored a ton of ground in this deep dive. Billion-dollar hacks, the regulatory landscape, the promise of DeFi, even dipping our toes into the geopolitical undercurrents of crypto.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
It really highlights just how dynamic and multifaceted this world is. And frankly, it's this constant evolution that makes it so captivating.
I have to admit, I'm feeling a bit like Alice down the rabbit hole. It's exhilarating, but also a bit dizzying.
I think that's a common experience for anyone who really dives into the crypto space. It challenges so many of our preconceived notions about money, finance, and even technology.
And, going back to the sources you submitted, one theme that really jumps out is this inherent tension between the utopian vision of crypto, decentralization, financial freedom, empowerment, and the reality of what we're seeing play out.
Absolutely. We've seen how centralized exchanges, despite their best efforts, can still be vulnerable to sophisticated attacks.
Right.
We've discussed the complexities of regulation and the potential for governments to co-opt this technology for their own purposes.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the environmental concerns surrounding crypto mining.
It's like crypto is this incredible tool with immense potential for good, but also the potential for harm.
It's a powerful reminder that technology is rarely inherently good or evil. It's all about how we choose to use it and the values we embed within it.
So where does that leave us? What's the takeaway for someone like me, or anyone listening who's trying to make sense of this crazy crypto world?
I think the most important thing is to approach crypto with a healthy dose of curiosity and skepticism. Don't just buy into the hype or the fear-mongering. Do your own research. Explore different perspectives. And most importantly, think critically about the information you're consuming.
Oh.
Exactly. And remember, this is a constantly evolving space. What's true today might be outdated tomorrow. So stay curious, stay informed, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
You know, one question that's been lingering in my mind. Will it ultimately become a tool for empowerment and financial inclusion? Or will it simply exacerbate existing inequalities and power imbalances?
That's the big question, isn't it? And the answer, as with most things in life,
Yeah.
is probably somewhere in between.
Yeah.
We've seen glimpses of both the utopian and dystopian possibilities.
Mm.
The rise of DeFi is certainly promising. It has the potential to democratize finance and create new opportunities for those who've been excluded from traditional systems.
Right.
But we've also seen how easily crypto can be used for illicit purposes and how quickly it can become a tool for speculation and manipulation.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can't forget the ongoing regulatory battle, with governments around the world grappling with how to control this decentralized and often anonymous technology.
It feels like we're at a crossroads. The decisions we make today about how to regulate, develop, and use crypto will have profound implications for the future.
I agree. That's why it's so important to have these conversations, to engage with the complexities, and to consider the potential consequences of our actions.
I think this deep dive has really driven that point home. We've explored the good, the bad, and the ugly of crypto. But ultimately, it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want to create with this technology.
And that's what makes this space so compelling. It's not just about technology or finance. It's about people, values, and the kind of world we want to live in.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
To all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those tough questions. The future of crypto is in our hands.